We have a wild signing incoming that may not be as bad as a lot of people think, and it actually might be an avenue that the Dallas Mavericks will have to navigate if this upcoming free agency doesn't go as planned. And as we all know, with the upcoming NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks will be selecting Cooper Flagg with the number 1 overall pick. And although it is a blessing to be able to get a player as good as Cooper Flagg, we've talked about it heavily on this channel as far as Cooper Flagg being a small forward. Our starting small forward being PJ Washington, who's already up for a contract extension. And at the time of this recording, we don't know if PJ wants too much money or too many minutes, or if he even wants to stay in Dallas. But if this upcoming free agency doesn't go as planned, we may be needing another power forward or small forward. And in the upcoming days, the Dallas Mavericks will be hosting a 2-day free agency camp, and one of the players invited is Cam Reddish, the previous number 10 overall pick of his draft, whose career hasn't really panned out as well. But in this video, we're going to take a look at Cam Reddish, see how well he's been playing, what happened to his career, and whether or not this is something the Dallas Mavericks should pursue. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, we're currently sitting at 20,993 subscribers, getting so close to our goal of 22K. But if you want to be up to date on everything Mavericks related, especially during the summer of free agency, trades, the draft, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on a single thing that we do. But the Dallas Mavericks do have a few needs that need to be met before the start of the season, one of them being a point guard. We've talked about that heavily on this channel. There's a few candidates that we've been looking at. Some are realistic, some not realistic at all. But another thing that the Dallas Mavericks will have to answer is the small forward / power forward situation. We have PJ at the small forward. We have AD at the power forward, who may have to close out some games at the 5. And at the center position, obviously, we have Daniel Gafford and Derrick Lively. But with drafting Cooper Flagg, who is a small forward, who I guess can sometimes play the 2. Jason Kidd did say Cooper Flagg may play shooting guard. Some people say that Cooper Flagg can even play power forward. Regardless, that does leave PJ kind of in limbo. He is up for a contract extension, and although right now it doesn't seem like there's anything to be worried about, there's no rumors of PJ wanting out or he wants too much money. As of right now, everything is good to go, but we won't really know till the start of the season. But in the off chance that PJ Washington and contract negotiations with the Dallas Mavericks don't go well, or there's an issue with him that results in him being traded, we should be looking at backups in that event. If we don't want to go out and trade PJ for another quality player, maybe a backup player is something that we need to look at, somebody that's already in-house. A lot of people would argue that's Omax. Omax is a small forward. He got drafted 2 years ago. He's developing. He looked pretty good last season before he got hurt. But there could be other players out there, and you definitely want to do your due diligence in case you don't want to miss out on anything. And one of those players could be Cam Reddish. And like I said, it was reported just the other day that Cam Reddish is expected to take part in the Dallas Mavericks free agent minicamp next week, according to a source. As I reported yesterday, Dennis Smith Jr. will work out for the Mavs during the June 9th and 10th camp as well, and that starts tomorrow. And we'll talk about Dennis Smith Jr. in another video, but we're going to take a look at Cam Reddish, the previous number 10 overall pick of his draft, who started out in Atlanta, ended up, after a few trades, ended up in LA where he did get waived, and he's had some bright moments in his career where he did look like an amazing scorer, amazing player that could help out a team, and to even a role player who could come off the bench, be a spark plug, to just being passed around as a journeyman in his career, and he's still young. But let's take a look at how well he played last season. For last season, Cam Reddish averaged 3.2 points, 2 rebounds, 0.7 assists, 0.3 blocks, 1 steal, 0.4 turnovers, and 1.3 fouls per game, while shooting 40% from the floor and 27% from 3. He's only 25 years old. It's not too late. Or at least it's not too early. Or I guess it is too early to say just give up on Cam Reddish. It's not too late to try to develop him into a more complete NBA player. Like I said, he's had bright moments in his career. He does have a skill set that a lot of teams could take advantage of. It just hasn't panned out for him. And obviously, these averages from last season are just abysmal. Nothing here screams out, get Cam Reddish. He can easily back up Cooper Flagg or Anthony Davis. We don't need PJ. And that's not what I'm saying in this video. I want to keep this team together as close as possible. I want to keep the core together. This is a championship quality team that needs to stay together. But like I said earlier in the video, we know that PJ Washington is up for a contract extension. If those negotiations go sour, then the team should be looking at other players either to trade PJ for or sign someone and trade PJ for another positional player. And Cam Reddish, if he's already being looked at by the Dallas Mavericks, that means that the Mavericks see something in Cam Reddish that he could bring to the team. Obviously, after being waived by the Lakers, he has virtually no real value. It would easily take a veteran minimum contract, which could really help us. We are already in the second apron once we sign Cooper Flagg. If we want to add anybody, then we're really just looking at players that will take the minimum, unless some big major trade happens that opens up so much cap for us that we could just sign anybody, which I highly doubt that will happen. But if we take a look right here, unrestricted free agent Cam Reddish is expected to take part in a free agent minicamp that the Dallas Mavericks are hosting on June 9th and 10th, according to a source. Reddish, the 25-year-old wing, last played for the Los Angeles Lakers on March 20th, 2025. In 33 games, the former lottery pick averaged 3.2 points, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, and shot 27.7% from 3 throughout the 2024-2025 season. After starting his career with the Atlanta Hawks, Reddish has since played for the New York Knicks, Portland Trail Blazers, and the Lakers. The Lakers waived Reddish on March 27th in order to convert Jordan Goodwin's contract from a two-way to a standard 2-year deal. And I think that last part right there is the biggest reason why a lot of fans just don't see any point in getting Cam Reddish. He, who was once a lottery pick player, the number 10th overall pick of his draft, was waived for a two-way player to get an actual contract. And yes, it was with the Lakers, who do have Alex Len as their center, so maybe they don't really know what they're doing. They lost in the playoffs, but however, maybe we could do something with Cam Reddish. And I know we want actual quality players. We don't want to just give any player a vet minimum and hope it works out. But with our track record, it kind of has. Dante Exum was playing overseas until we gave him a contract. And although who knows how well he will be for us in the future, he has had some bright moments for us. The value that Dante has brought versus how much we've paid him is outweighed. Another player, Spencer Dinwiddie, we signed him for the vet minimum, making less than Dante. He played the most games for the Dallas Mavericks last season while also playing some of his best basketball of his career. We all know Spencer plays better in Dallas. And although I know a lot of people probably don't want Spencer back, the point is, sometimes you can find a diamond in the rough. Players that may not have a lot of value, but you know can add value to your team. Why not go out and get them? Derrick Jones Jr. is another player. He was the last player on our roster, the 15th man. And he had an amazing year for us where he left us and got paid to go play for the Clippers. So who knows? Maybe it's because we don't have Luka. We can't turn these lower level players into all-stars. But maybe it's because we do have a good system in play. We have a good coach. We have a good system. We already have other great players. So why not try to get good quality depth for the cheap? And if we take a look right here, his stats have been going down. His averages haven't been the best. But overall, for a 25-year-old who played for Atlanta, the Knicks, Portland, and Lakers, 4 teams in the last 5-6 years of his career, it doesn't look good, but it doesn't mean it's the end of the road for a player like Cam Reddish. He is a player who had a very high ceiling in his upcoming draft before he was drafted. A lot of players spoke very highly of Cam Reddish. He was drawing comparisons to Rudy Gay, a great scorer in his own right. So who's to say that he can't be that for the Dallas Mavericks? Is he a defensive monster? Maybe not, but he could be with the Dallas Mavericks. A scorer, he could be something off the bench. I mean, 3.2 points for the Lakers in only 33 games doesn't really wow me. Shouldn't really wow anybody. But overall, if there's a cheap option out there that could fit with the Dallas Mavericks, someone that could give you more than what their contract is paying them, then that's a plus in my book. But if we can keep PJ, if we can keep the whole team together, then we don't need to talk about Cam Reddish. We don't need to look at another forward and continue to look for a guard. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think Cam Reddish is someone that could easily just be amazing for the Mavericks like all these other players I mentioned? Or is this just a waste of our time? We need to look at real talent and real players. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. We could have a conversation about it. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for making this far to the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. And as always, y'all take care. Drink water. Peace.